India's proposed cryptocurrency bill has created ripples. India announced that it will be debating a bill on the regulation of private cryptocurrencies alongside work on its own digital currency. Soon after that, India's cryptocurrency market crashed. Bitcoin was down by 17%, Ethereum trashed by 15%, Tether fell close to 18%. The bill in question will be called the Cryptocurrency and Regulation of Official Digital Currency Bill. It is expected to be tabled in the upcoming winter session of the Parliament. From what we know, this bill will essentially ban all private cryptocurrencies and create an official digital currency in their place. India, as you know, is a hotbed for cryptocurrency. Investments in cryptocurrencies in the country have risen from $923 million in 2020 to $6.6 billion in 2021. More than 100 million people have invested in cryptocurrency. They account for 8% of India's total population and have invested a cumulative 70,000 crore rupees. But this is not a sudden decision. Last week, the Prime Minister of India had dropped a hint. Speaking at an online cyber security forum, he had warned that virtual money needs to be regulated because it presents a risk to the younger generation.
Take cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, for example. It is important that all democratic nations work together on this and ensure it does not end up in wrong hands, which can spoil our youth. Friends, we are at a historic moment of choice. Whether all the wonderful powers of technology of our age will be instruments of cooperation or conflict, coercion or choice, domination or development, operation or opportunity.
The Reserve Bank of India till now has opposed digital currencies, identifying them as a threat to the sovereign banking and currency system. The central bank, RBI, also feared that cryptocurrencies could become a potential tool for money laundering and payment of ransom in hacking or other illegal cases. And we earlier spoke to Monica Hallan, who is the author of Let's Talk Money. For more perspectives, listen in.
It's taken some time in getting there, but I'm glad it's on the table. We don't know what the contents are, but the way that a lot of people who haven't understood what really this digital token is have rushed in with money thinking that it'll get them rich quickly is a cause for concern. What they don't seem to understand is that there is no underlying asset to this thing which is being called a cryptocurrency. The price is rising because there's demand. Should the demand go away, there is nothing underlying which has value. This basic fact has not been understood. That when you buy a share, the underlying asset is a firm which makes goods and services. It can make profits, it can make losses. When you buy a bond, there's an underlying borrower and lender, and that when you securitize that, it becomes a tradable instrument. Gold has intrinsic value because of jewelry and because central banks across the world hold it as reserves. There is no underlying to a cryptocurrency digital token. Now, when you have a situation like that where millions of rupees, crores of rupees are being pumped into something, some of whose values could go to zero, like for instance, that Squid Coin. People watched the series, they bought this digital token, and the people who floated it decamped with the money. You will have very, very unhappy investors and citizens in the country. So the government has to act to prevent such frauds from being popularized. So that's one part of the story. The other part of the story is currency is really a function of, it's a function of the government's way that the monetary policy is effective when the government controls the currency. Now, if there is a currency which is in operation, which is outside of this, the ability of a reserve bank, of a central bank to carry out those operations is reduced. No government is going to give that power away. So all the viable governments across the world will come in with regulations to prevent cryptocurrencies from becoming national currencies. Right? So you can have a closed group, you can have a very large closed group in which it's traded, in which you are transacting. But the role of currency for a nation to hand it over, you can have a dictatorship like El Salvador, which does that. But even China, which is not a democracy, has banned cryptocurrency. So please understand, it is not going to replace the dollar. It's not going to replace the euro. The government is not going to hand over that power. We can think of a national digital currency floated by the government, or a handshake of the large 5 countries of the world, and India is going to be one of them, who have an arrangement where digital tokens are used for cross-border transactions, right? So, but this privately held tokens becoming fiat currency is not going to happen.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.